What's up, my guys, and welcome back to another of these Ryusoulger rambles. And well, I'm not really going to be calling that much anymore because I'm kind of interested in 0-1 at this point. So we'll get to that next episode. But also with this, I get some thoughts on the new Nancy Drew movie because I felt it connected into something with an episode of Ryusoulger. So this arc begins with the return of Gaisoulg and with 11 and 12 as he Dime Volcano, which is and that's when Ko gets his fire armor. It's the first one where it's not just the shoulder, but actually covers both shoulders. So it's actually technically true armor. The next main bit with this whole Nancy Drew bit is that I feel in the 13th episode we begin to finally understand how Bamba and Toku work. That Japan's new prime minister is a member of the Ryusoulger tribe, and left long ago, has been part of major events in Japanese history, and she's gone through a lot of relationships and leads to her creating a new Minosaur out of her own negative emotions. That brings in a new dynamic, just like how we had the box Minosaur. Toku and Bamba kind of, even though they're on the same page at this point, they have more questions, like what happened to their master, and I'm saying how their dynamic works probably been better. It probably made Nancy Drew in the Hidden series a lot better. Should have made it more like an origin story. It's mentioned that she and her dad came from Chicago sometime recently, but I thought maybe it'd been better to start off with that move. It might have been one of the minor plots is that they want to build a train, and Carson doesn't want them to build a train because losing a lot of older residential structures, and one of those is where the hidden staircase is, and there's a lot of lore with the house. But actually Hannah in this new potential series is Nancy's aunt, thus Carson's sister, which I feel is a good dynamic. And since Bess is more of a nerd here, I was thinking what if we treat Bess and George like Ben and Betty and Beast more, where they do a lot of odd jobs for Hannah, maybe work in her garden, maybe not so much with like pastries and stuff as we see in the market scene after Nancy gets her sentence. Something that kind of makes her feel like she can trust them, yet not developed up to the point that we see in the Clue Crew series, or to this point there isn't really a lot of focus on the brothers for quite a bit. Following the core three, maybe Ui, and then eventually Kanalo and Oto. But before that is a new general stays in briefly January. But anyways, he arrived and Weisel's kind of overthrown, and Garish is a lot worse than Tankujo. So far, Weisel is Chan's favorite, and when Garish arrives, so does Kanalo, the Gold Ranger. And his main goal is finding a bride, because pretty much the Sea Tribe has kind of died off, because it whole kind of goes back to a deeper story that Mosarex hates this tribe of the land because they, as soon as the Dragon left, they wanted to take over the world, and the Sea Tribe didn't want that. And many of the girls that he meets up so far are somehow connected to the Minosaurs. Akane, her boyfriend, is found to be contracted with the Kelpie Minosaur. The Core 5 are kind of useless against it, and so he saves the day. And yeah, I mentioned that. And then 15 and 16 focused on Oto, introducing her and getting more of that backstory of the Sea Tribe. And she kind of becomes bait for the Druidin and trying to force Colin into going against fellow land tribesmen. But at this point, since we figure out that Mosa and Dime, that they are actually brothers and they form Spinal Thunder, which is itself its own Kishiryu. And yeah, it's the next scene they're from the Alliance, and Garrus is defeated by Kishiryu Neptune. The second non-human Minosaur is Wishing Stone, and when Bumba breaks in half, it forms another one. And because of that, since they wish to defeat it, they're demorphed. Once they overcome wishing to defeat it, the Ryusoulgers learn a valuable lesson. Ko and Kanalo use Dime, Tira, and Mosa to create gigantic Kishiryu O to defeat both of the Mysores. So allegedly, after episode 19, there was a staff change. Like, I think it was just producers and not the writing staff. I feel this wouldn't really affect an adaptation at all. Since you already have the same writing staff, I doubt that really affects how the series will go, especially since we kind of already know from scans what's coming. There's more of a window into the Tiramigo-Melto relationship. Like, Tiramigo's, like, friend of the world. They don't care that he's a T-Rex robot. Like, how long did it take you used to that to see this giant T-Rex robot, seeing also how he interacts with the little kids? Since it's the school episode, I don't see it being adapted, but, it's all about, like, rules, and he infects the teacher, who doesn't really, feels like the children aren't really following the rules, and so the monster goes a little overboard, imprisoning anyone who breaks rules into this, like, alternate world. It initially looked like Wizard was gonna die in episode 20, but the wikis and stuff don't make it look like that, so I'm just gonna kind of wrap there and not leave and say any, like, lies or anything, but, do you want to give some thoughts on 01 as, like, me entering superhero time block by the time the next episode of the Rambles comes around? But, so actually reminds me of Humane Stranger a little bit with, whole aspect of robotics being, like, in 01 they're kind of like allies, and can be, like, also taken advantage of by the villains, where in Humane Stranger, the Core 5 Rangers are a robot, and then a rival of their creator is sometimes taken advantage of by bad guys. And they have a pair that use gun-themed henshin devices. I did some stuff, like, with the Connor fanfiction and on the Fanon wiki about that, like, comparing and contrasting those shows and all of that, so, yeah, go and check that out, and without much else to say, I'm Lindsay Yale. Comment, like, subscribe, strike below if you're already subscribed, and I'll see you next time.